Oh, this episode's ending a lot differently than it started, I tell you.
In a world desperate to tear itself apart, only one man, and some other people, stand in the way of total destruction. Together they will right the wrongs, make bad, good, and single-handedly destroy evil, together. Who is this man, you may ask? This man is Geoff.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Geoff Jones and Friends, Make It Better. The show that takes one of life's little annoyances, gives them a microphone, a guest, and a podcast to quite simply make it better. I am delighted today to welcome comedian Jude Haga. Jude, how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm very, very pleased to have. Well, I'm currently pleased to have you on. Once we go through this chat, we'll see how it ends up. But it's going to be a fun one. Without further ado, what is it that we are making better today?
So we're going to look at the situation with the royal family, basically, in their general existence.
And you tee that up with the situation of the royal family, and like, yeah, how are we going to bring them all together again? But then you just bust it with, yeah, just the fact they breathe is.
Yeah, that's an issue for a lot of people.
God, so let's get into it. Tell me what it is. Get stuck in. What is it that annoys you about the royal family?
Basically, yeah, it's the fact that they exist, that as a thing, that some people are just there to have a great, lavish life and lord it over the rest of us based on nothing but what? Their lineage, or goes back to some sort of divine right to rule over people, which is pretty offensive, if not ridiculous. Yeah, that's my basic position, and a lot of people's. Yeah.
No, yeah. No, I know what you mean. I'm gonna kind of set out my stall as is. So
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the royal family. Like the Queen, I always thought the Queen was pretty sound. You know, she was young when she started ruling because of dad died, and that's never cool. And then was a service person, did a lot. So that side of it, I'm like, yeah, she was cool. All the rest of them was, I know some served, but
I would disagree with that about the Queen. I think she's awful. You're just like a lot of people. You just project because you're a nice guy, right? And you think, oh,
I'm
no,
lovely.
Yeah, nice old granny, she's sweet, isn't she? But the reality is, which you've not seen because of the propaganda involved and the obfuscation of the truth of what the matter is. She oversaw a lot of atrocities, was okay with it. All this stuff going on. She's allowing Jimmy Savile in from a palace and all sorts of stuff. These are not deeds of a good person. And
I tell you, I do understand what you're saying there. I mean, is there an argument that I don't know she was naive to it? I mean, when you've got someone who's and take away the whole role aspect of it, just who I imagine whose life is very much put together for them, right? I don't know. I mean, I sit on this fence because I don't know, yeah, heritage and history, and maybe that kind of, I don't know, chess beating bit. Like no one does it like we do, that whole thing. But you'd be blind to think that there's not an underbelly, right, of being ignored or even known. Do we bring up Andrew and
see, there you go. That's it. You just can't. That sort of behaviour that's protected as well. £12 billion of our taxpayers' money spent on silencing someone's complaint about his abuse or whatever. It's just, I don't feel happy about that at all.
no, and it got not reported well, if much at all. All that side of it is one of those things you never really know, but I think we all kind of do know. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of the big state, the glitz and glamour of putting on these big parades for weddings and funerals and everything. And I know there's a lot of people that do, and this is not. I'm not kind of going to crap all over people who do. People have their reasons, whether it's ignoring certain aspects or proud or anything like that. That's not kind of what we're here about it. But I do kind of take homage of the country's in financial crisis, and we're putting on a massive parade and policing and shutting down whole miles and miles of streets for someone I've never met. Like they don't know me. Why should I care? And I think the thing that's never really been proven to me is why should I be blissfully okay to ignore the negatives for people who don't know that I exist, care that I exist? So they say I'm a nice guy. Why wouldn't they want to invite me up to the palace instead of Jimmy?
Exactly. Yeah, you'd enjoy it just as much, and they could learn a lot from you. To be honest, it's a value for money. That's just a very good reason they shouldn't exist, because that's very poor value for money in this day and age, in this particular time when people are struggling, and always have been. We've never got to the bottom of poverty and what have you, but they're always there.
Yeah,
they gold chairs and gold carriages.
I always find it funny as well how the most kind of royalist people are those with lots of money, but they're also those with the least money. They seem to be quite happy with this. Yeah, with the royal family. They're people with the flags flying and us. And I that's what I don't quite understand. Is it just because for their whole life people are told to be proud of it? I mean, it's not like we're not America, who sing the national anthem before, during, and after every single thing they do. So how are we so say we as a royal we?
Yeah.
But how are people so in love with this idea of the monarchy, especially one that doesn't actually do anything because we've got Parliament?
I think it's got to be some sort of Stockholm syndrome. You just, I think, in a sort of, I'm not a clinical psychologist, but I'm sure it's something to do with that, because there's no other reason to, to celebrate people like that who, like you say, don't really do a lot for you.
Yeah.
And just have their faces on stamps and launches of ships or whatever,
I mean, do you know who I blame? It was Sean Connery being the king in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, because he everything I do, that version, back when I was a youngster, that came out. Kevin Costner was the king. He just waltzes up at the end, and Robin Hood. Kevin Costner plays Robin Hood, and Sean Connery plays the king, and Sean Connery's just like struts in right at the end and just like, hey, nice one. And I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. And it's just because they're either complete bastards in cinema and TV, or they're like awesome people. In fact, actually, if you look through cinema and everything, they're not actually the royals in cinema are never portrayed very well. They're always being overthrown, and so how are we so in love with them?
I think another episode I could just rant about the BBC. That would just be on its own another topic.
Well, I mean, but that does fall in, doesn't it? With this British broadcasting company, like it's the propaganda wing of the royal family.
You never see anything on the BBC criticising the existence of the royals. You almost just never see it. It's just not happening. What does that tell you?
I mean, people want to abolish the BBC as it is. That'll probably be the final nail in the coffin. If they couldn't get all the viewers from a a wedding every few years. But do you know what? It was when Kate and William they had their baby, and you just got reporters just stood and people. They're just outside. They're like, oh, she's gone into labour. She's having a baby. Like, okay, and then at any point in time, you can flick over the television, and there's just someone stood outside. Well, there's no news yet, right? So the news of the British Broadcasting Company right now is that there's no news on whether someone's had a baby. Like, what am I paying for? What am I paying for it? And then at some point they'll come out like the groundhog, say, "Hey, baby, right, you can all get on with your life." And everyone's like, "Yeah, she had a baby." I was like, "Oh," and then everyone starts calling because my mum, hey, and I will get in trouble. You're going to get me in trouble, Jude, because
I
my
did try and
wife.
warn you.
I know, and you know what? I fell for it, and I thought, no, this is going to be a nice chat, and you're just like, fuck them all, and I'm like, hey, trying to be all creative and on the fence, but now I'm just going, I'm just going in. I just take down the BBC and the Royal Family. But my wife, she's kind of got a soft spot again, maybe for the Queen, and maybe that's why I'm dragged into it because I never really cared. And she's, I'm just like, yeah, okay, you've convinced me that she's cool, but we just don't not really that fussed about the rest. My mum will listen to this if she ever does. She will cry. She'll be ashamed of what has been she's produced for this this cynical man going down on the BBC and the and the royal family. But
The truth is like that, I'm afraid. Yeah, if you've been fed lies, the truth is a bitter pill to swallow, isn't it?
it is. But also, and that's the thing. No one's actually really lied. All we've done is the royal family, and if you certainly match with the BBC, it's like the original reality TV. Like, oh, let's watch these people get married. Let's watch this funeral. Oh, look how much we know about their life when we don't really know anything until there's a court case or until Harry writes a book or we don't actually know some disgruntled employee, but then everyone says, oh well, they were fired because they were X, Y, and Z. And so maybe that's what it is. Maybe the birth of reality TV came from us being fed all this because it's said Made in Chelsea and all these other programs. They're all scripted. It's all fantasy, and that's what the royal family is. But they just sell a lot of merchandise.
Yeah, there's a point. It was kind of like these original reality TV show family sort of thing. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, I have always wanted. I just stick some cameras in there and just follow them around, just the normal stuff, to see how normal they actually would be. I mean, it would either turn everyone off and think, oh, okay, no, there's literally someone there. No, of course they're going to do the dishes, but I don't know. Like, if people actually saw how they really lived and not just the hand waving and driving and then, hey, look, I've had a baby, would they actually maybe fall out of love a bit more if they had real access to them to see that they don't do anything?
Absolutely. It would just be embarrassing. You got, Prince Charles, well, king now, not my king, going to the bathroom, he has to take his butler with him because all of these things he won't do himself, It would just be embarrassing. And
what I do love though is like the stuff, the stuff that just happens in people's lives. You walk past the door and you catch your pocket on the door handle. Like, you can't do it if you tried, but you catch just like Charlie is just walking, I don't know, through one of the 500 bedrooms. He just catches his pocket on the door. It's like, oh god damn, oh, I could do that if I tried. Or like when you've got that, when you have a pee and you think you finished peeing, and then just as you swing yourself out, you've got that another bit of pee. Like, just like it sounds stupid. Like when you slip in the shower, but not like slip over, but you go, oh. Do they do that, or are they just always someone that's just holding them and making sure they have finished peeing? And and all the door handles are protected to make sure Charlie doesn't catch his pocket on it.
Yeah, he wouldn't be walking around. He'd have someone else walking around for him. What, to fetch
Someone walking around for him. Right, stick my Fitbit on. You got 10,000 steps to do. Off you go. Oh god, I would if it was me, I would 100% just be pushed around in a gold wheelchair around Buckingham Palace.
Yeah,
all day, and there'd be a TV in every room switched on, and it just follows me. Actually, no, I'd have someone walk in front of me, and every time we were going into another room, they'd have to quickly run in, get the telly on, to the exact place where I was watching it in the last room, and that would be their sole job.
Yeah, whilst just spreading rose petals in front of you as you go along.
I prefer jelly babies, but yeah, rose petals. The King Geoff demands that you supply me with all of the yellow jelly babies in the land. That's it. Everyone must honor me.
And yeah, but you mentioned about when Kate had like that. She was pregnant and she went to hospital for morning sickness. That was weird. What was that about? And then like that nurse apparently killed herself.
Whoa.
See, at the time, my girlfriend and I at the time, we were watching V on the DVD, the remake.
Okay. So is there a remake of V for Vendetta?
Oh no! So there was a series in the 80s called V.
Right.
It's the Visitors. This is going to get a bit surreal for you, perhaps.
Bring it on.
But yeah, so in that series, it's about these visitors that come to Earth, and they look human, but underneath they're like lizard people. So we were watching the remake of that, and I remember we heard that news, and we were like, "Why did this nurse kill herself?" And we both thought it's because she saw the ultrasound; it was a lizard baby. So they had to knock her off and frame it as a suicide. So
she had the lizard baby. That's it. What? And then they kind of just put the suit on, the human suit, and they just have to keep getting a new one made, or does it grow as they go? I know. I do love a good conspiracy. Every so often, I kind of pretend to be a flat earther just because I enjoy it. But yeah, the hard lizard people. I mean, so would Kate also be a lizard person, or she just knows that William's a lizard person?
I think they're quite. I think they are related to each other in a sort of cousiny way. I think if you look into it, yeah. So quite possibly they both are. Or Kate is just enough faint genes of whatever aristocracy and in the past that
just enough lizardness in there to create a perfect lizard baby.
Yeah, so that's why they're all inbred. I mean, that is a fact as well. Like the Queen was related to Philip, all that stuff.
Keep it in the bloodline. Proper Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, that is very bizarre.
Yeah, it's. I said when you start drilling through it, and I mean I haven't, so I can't comment kind of on that because I don't know enough. Do I think that at an elite level there is a certain amount of careful of how I put it, but people being quite close sides family wise, because there's a pool of people who control everything or control the money, control politics and wars on a global scale, and there's only it's impossible to break that, so they all just kind of mix between each other and the puddles get quite muddy. But I mean, that's going down a real rabbit hole.
I was just going to say, wow, you're like more of a conspiracy than I am.
Well, no, again, it's not necessarily what I believe, but I'm susceptible to the idea of. There you go. There's
Yeah.
yeah, the whole one world order. I don't know, but also I am very much okay with ignoring it all.
I mean, yeah, but like you
Because it's
say, these
easy.
people they don't like to share. They have huge issues with that. What's that? That's from a psychological viewpoint. That's a very huge character flaw. Can't be encouraged. Why do you need that many palaces and stuff?
Yeah. Wait, how many palaces is too many palaces? That's the real question that's coming from this podcast. But I tell you what though, if and just throwing back to the whole lizard people thing, two people guaranteed to be lizard people, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. I mean, they look like
Mm,
their costumes are not doing a very good job at hiding, for starters. Both, I know, think differently at different. It just 100%. Those are the lizard people chosen. Yeah, they did really well at like the science part of lizard school, and they're like, right, guys, you two are going to control the minds of all the kids on social media. We're going to direct where the news goes. 100%. If lizard people are real, DNA test those two, and we will see lizard people.
yeah, definitely. There's something to them, isn't there? There's just real weirdness about them.
A real
Uh,
lizard person type thing.
yeah, them and the royal definitely looking at. Definitely.
I'd say right top. Okay, so if we put lump the sorry, I'm really going in on this lizard people thing now. Get right, so you got royal family, Musk, Zuckerberg. Who else? I get the feeling Trump was like the cousin. Like he was the one. He was never really one of the cool ones. But I don't know, one of the older lizard people kind of took a shine to him and felt bad for him, and so they just gave him America. Like, just go and do some stuff over there. But who else?
Yeah, so I've heard some things about Hillary Clinton that aren't very nice. So quite possibly this. Oh, yes, definitely dark things about Hillary Clinton. Uh,
I think American politics in yeah, I mean the Clintons aren't squeaky clean by any means. I think, and again, without going down another rabbit hole, but American politics is so messed up, just from top to bottom.
and the whole country, really, isn't it? It's just what is that about? Like, it's just yeah, it's just so wrong. Like everything, like it's all freedom, this, freedom, that, but then it's not.
No,
Like,
it's about one group of people's freedom at any one point in time. Like
yeah, exactly.
like I want my freedom, but I don't care if it infringes upon your freedom. Like, hang on, uh, is it freedom for all? I don't know. Lizard people, all of them. See, I like this, and I feel like given the time, we should have just gone all in. Yeah, look, we've taken a shot at the royal family. Or you have, I haven't. I've been very much on the fence about it. For anyone listening, sorry, mum. Um, I'm not going to be invited over for a little while. This is people. I mean, the world above, isn't it? And okay, we've done it about the monarchy, but I feel like the true thing is those one percenters, isn't it? Just that life that is unobtainable to so many and pointless at the same time. But Jude, and I could talk to you for a very long time, get myself in more trouble and dig an even deeper hole.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be moving in with you. Yeah, my wife's going to kick me out. My mum's not going to have anything to do with me. So it's me and you, Jude. We'll take them all down. No,
awesome.
no, because I'm on
Yeah,
the fence about it. But I told you, I said, if we're going to, before we start recording, I said, we could have a moan. I said,
yeah,
but got to make it better. And it cannot just be to abolish them. You've got to, hey, they're here. You got a
Right.
point.
Okay.
How how would we make the monarchy better without ah? Oh, you still there?
Yeah, he just froze a bit.
Oh, yeah, my screen's gone.
Just the lizards listening in. You know, we just,
Oh, Jude, the heck? 'Cause my screen's gone black. They're trying to take us down. Oh
I
my
did
God.
warn. I did say it was, contentious, but
That's it. We have been rumbled. We've been rumbled, and I'm back. There we go. They've See, now they know that we know that they're onto us. We're onto them being onto us, and they got scared. But right, Jude. Okay, hit me with it. How do we make it better?
So we'll just buy, what, guillotine for each royal family member. Is that enough? Is that a good
No,
solution?
no, no, Jude, that's not.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what can we can? So they exist. Right, so we just need to, a bit like with, I don't know, just make it nationalized. Just make it Buckingham Palace open to the public. Uh, they just get jobs, or maybe they can even keep their jobs, but a lot reduced. I mean, because put on minimum wage, uh, some expenses, and they can just carry on living, not doing anything, just like people on the dole can't do a lot. So they can just live
But
somewhere and
yeah,
just live out the rest of their days. People can visit them, do some experiments
yeah.
to see. Yeah, dangle
If
rats
they're
in front
lizard
of them.
people.
I'm sorry.
So that's, I mean, so I like that's right. So I see, I like that, and maybe right they earn their way by they go on, ITV2, and it is like we're the royals, and there's cameras, and we see them do their royal data. I want to see Charles or Willie. I want to see one of them put the bins out, right? But not just put the bins out where all goes well. Like when the bag breaks, or when you've got like a drip of something, just and you take your bin out, you put it outside, and then you're like, wow, where did all that come from? Like was there a hole? And then they've got to clean it up. Yeah, I want to see them doing day to day
Yeah, because like if
stuff.
you could follow them, if the camera follows them into the job centre and they talk to their work coach, whatever they get these days for their universal credit. Like, what have you done this week? Have you stuck to your
What?
agreed plan of action?
Uh, have you stuck? Did you go to that interview that I set up? No. Why did I told you this is the third one you've missed now? That whole. I mean, I love the fact that someone's sitting there with the form going, okay, so any kind of skills that you think are relevant? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
public speaking, like, and I can put on a good party, like, parades. I'm an event organizer, and then you got Charles is Charles Camilla, like, hey, we're the event organizers of Hollywood, like that kind of little spin-off for them, in the reality TV world. Just job,
Oh, that's a quality
the
show.
roles at the job
Yeah.
center is it's an image. Let's get that. That is a quality show. Just and then in some weird twist, one of like the kind of the lesser royals gets a job at the job center, and it's just a complete bitch to all the rest of them. Oh, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Harry gets a job right at the job center, and he's just like, right. So what you've been working at for the last 20 years then? Oh, not much by the looks of it. And he's just completely crucifying William. Just I saw on TV you had a baby. Oh, nice one. Like just oh my god. I do see that's better than the
Yeah.
guillotine. Right, Jude. So I think I said if we made him better. I don't know. We certainly made him more fun. Like we certainly made him more fun. This is going to be, I think, probably the most polarizing episode so far. But it's still been fun because I suppose that whole world is surreal and fantasy to those on the outside, and a lot of, well, certainly the second half of what we've spoken about is surreal fantasy. But hey, I'm all for. We're the Royals. I want to see Royal Job Centre, um, and I never want to see another reporter outside waiting for some baby to be born. That's my three takeaways.
I mean, you have a new national anthem because our current one is abysmal, just abysmal.
Yeah. I would like something by the Scatman John. Like, I'm a scat man. Like, I'm the king man. Something like that. I don't know. That's off the top of my head. I'm sure I could come up with something better.
Well, you have a national anthem. It should be about our country's. You say you've won a gold medal at the Olympics. You want to be there and proud to sing. Yes, my country's great. Produce people like me. Let's all get behind everyone in our land. That can't. That's what you would expect.
That business,
not just
like
God save the king and that's it. Screw everyone else. Just you're an atheist. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to sing that. What's that about?
Just every couple of years mix it up. So like, we are good at decathlons, still pretty shit at football. Like, so just keep it modern.
Yeah,
I'll take it. EastEnders are still ongoing, but Dot Cotton is gone. Yeah, like current affairs for a national anthem.
and we're pretty good at queuing. That sort of thing.
We're pretty good at queuing. And Jude got Geoff Jones and Friends Make It Better cancelled.
You can stay with me. Yeah,
we'd have a queue. I try and join one queue a day, just because I'm British and it's my right.
Yeah, and we're good at when the queue goes a bit back up to the aisles in the supermarket, and people need to walk through it. People are quite good about that. Sorry, you've got to get through to the other aisle and go through this queue bit rather than go all the way around back. I'm good at that.
We're great at queuing until like in a pub or a bar, everyone's sort of like, yeah, they're queuing, they're waiting, and then all of a sudden, as soon as your hand can touch the bar, it's a free for all. Just people don't care then. I always try. I always kind of put it out there. I'm like, oh, this person was before me, and then expecting the server to be like, yeah, I know you're next. And they used to do that, but now it's just like you get ignored. But hey, that's a different matter.
I say vending machines. What is that about? You just put your coins in, press a button. Here's your pint of Guinness. Why do you need someone to do that?
Just that. I mean, I say vending machines. Oh, this episode's ending a lot differently than it started. I tell you. Vending machines. I bet they got vending machines in Buckingham Palace. Just obviously, you don't need money. Although their face is money, so it's just facial recognition. Maybe, I don't know. But Jude, I don't know. I have no idea what's happening now.
Sorry for getting cancelled. Check your brakes before you use your car next. All that.
If people's eyelids close in the other direction, be very wary of that. Yeah, we check the brakes. Oh God. I'm going to be posting when I publish this. I'm going to be sitting there. Oh my god! Like, as soon as I'm just going to get ready to hit publish, and all of a sudden there's just this red dot is on my forehead of a sniper rifle. Just... oh, waiting to engage. Give me the go. Oh my goodness me! Oh mate, it's been fun. It's been a conversation. I've really enjoyed it. It's going to be entertaining to listen back to. It's going to be dangerous to listen back to. But I do really appreciate you coming on because everyone's got a voice. Everyone's got a voice, and they don't all have to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's it's good that you have this podcast, and hope you have many more in the future.
Yeah, I hope you have many more. That was said in a way somebody's just like, yeah, dead. Look, Jude, if people want to come and hear more of your thoughts, where can we find you? What are you working on?
Yeah, so if you go on Facebook and look up Jude Haga, Haga, Wednesday, the 7th of June at the Attic in Totten. I'll be competing that night. So,
Good luck.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, and after that, something in Eastleigh in later June. But yeah, look at the Facebook page for that.
There's bits and bits. Find you on Facebook. And what's the name of the Facebook page?
Jude Haga,
Jude
Haga.
Haga.
Yeah.
The link will be in the bio, purely for comedy stuff. Don't comment about this podcast. Just just a load of people just being like, yeah, do you know what? Piers Morgan definitely is a person. Like, just in fact, actually, everyone needs to go to Jude's Facebook and just say, hey, who do you think is a lizard person? Let us both know. So all that's left is for me to thank everyone for listening. Whichever side of the fence you're on, it's all a bit of fun, really, isn't it? Because we can't change anything. So hey, what's the point in even trying? But it's thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening.
Goodbye. Thanks for everything.
That's it. The fuzz have got you already. The government, he's been taken off. He's been taken off. They've got him already. Thanks, all. See you, until next time.